You ever experience something so strange, so wrong, that it just clings to you for the rest of your life? I used to think that kind of stuff only happened in movies. Until 2017, when I moved into apartment 3C. It was a cheap little place in an old building in a rough part of town. I didn't have many options back then. I had just gotten out of a messy situation, needed somewhere fast, and honestly, I was just grateful to have four walls and a roof. If I had known what waited for me there, I would have slept in my car instead. At first, everything seemed normal enough. Sure, the building was run down. The lights in the hallway flickered, and sometimes you could hear rats scrabbling behind the walls. But it was the rent that sold me. For $150 a month, all utilities included. Too good to be true, right? Yeah, it was. The first weird thing happened on the second night. I was lying in bed, half asleep, when I heard this faint knocking. Not on my door, on the wall behind my bed. It was this light, rhythmic tapping. 3 knocks. Pause. 3 knocks again. At first, I figured it was a neighbor, maybe someone moving furniture or tapping on the wall, without thinking. But then the knocks got louder and closer, like they were moving along the wall, inching toward me. I sat up and turned on the lamp. The tapping stopped immediately. I pressed my ear to the wall. Nothing. Telling myself it was just the pipes or something, I went back to bed. It didn't stop there. The next few nights, I started waking up at exactly 3:13 a.m. Every night. No noise, no alarms. Just wide awake like something had jolted me out of sleep. And every time, I'd get this cold, sinking feeling in my chest, like I wasn't alone in the room. One night, when I woke up, I swear I heard breathing. Not my own, someone else's. Heavy, slow breathing right next to my bed. I didn't even move. I just lay there, frozen, staring at the dark ceiling, feeling the air thicken around me. After a few minutes, it stopped. I turned on every light in the apartment, checked every closet, every cupboard. Nothing. I told myself I was being paranoid, that I was stressed, that maybe the building was just old. But then things started moving. One morning, I got up and found every cabinet door in the kitchen wide open. Not just cracked open, all the way. I live alone. I know I didn't leave them like that. But still, I thought maybe I was sleepwalking. Maybe there was some logical explanation. A few days later, I woke up to find the bathroom faucet running full blast. The mirror was fogged up, even though the water was cold. And written in the condensation, like someone had traced it with a fingertip, was one word. Stay. Now, I'm not stupid. I knew something was wrong. I started sleeping at a friend's place a few nights a week, but I couldn't afford to break the lease. I had no choice but to keep coming back. That's when I met Mr. DeWitt, the old man in apartment 3B, right below me. He stopped me in the hallway one night. Real wiry guy, skin like crumpled paper, eyes too big for his face. "You in 3C?" he asked. I nodded. He leaned in close, whispering like he was afraid of being overheard. "You hear her yet?" he said. I asked him what he meant. "The girl," he said. "The one they never found." Apparently, years ago, sometime in the late 90s, a teenage girl lived in my unit. She went missing one night. No forced entry, no signs of struggle. It was like she had just vanished. The police never figured out what happened. Some people said she ran away. Others whispered about something darker. DeWitt claimed he still heard her sometimes, sobbing through the walls, knocking on doors, begging for help. He told me to never answer if I heard knocking after midnight. "Whatever's knocking," he said, "ain't her." I wish I had listened to him. One night, not long after that conversation, I was sitting on my couch watching TV, trying to drown out the anxiety, when I heard it, a soft knock at my front door. 3 knocks, pause, 3 more, exactly like the tapping I'd heard on the wall. I sat there, heart hammering, remembering what DeWitt said. Don't answer it. But then I heard a voice, a girl's voice. "Please, help me," she whispered through the door. "Please, it's so cold out here." It sounded so real, so desperate. My hand moved on its own, reaching for the lock. But something stopped me. A smell, this awful, sour smell, like rotting meat. It hit me like a wave the second I touched the doorknob. I pulled my hand back, heart pounding, and stumbled away from the door. The knocking stopped. I didn't sleep that night. A few days later, DeWitt was gone. The landlord said he had passed in his sleep, but something about it felt wrong. The night before he died, I swear I heard him screaming through the floorboards, begging, crying. I called the cops, but when they showed up, the apartment was locked from the inside. No sign of a break-in. No sign of struggle. Just DeWitt lying in bed, eyes wide open, mouth frozen in a silent scream. The official cause? Heart failure. But I knew better. After that, everything got worse. I started seeing things out of the corner of my eye, dark shapes moving just out of sight. I started waking up with bruises on my arms, like someone had grabbed me in my sleep. Once, I found muddy footprints leading from the front door to my bedroom. Small footprints, like a child's. I hadn't opened the door all night. The final straw came one night, when I woke up to the sound of my bedroom door creaking open. Slowly. I didn't even need to look. I knew something, was standing there watching me. I could feel it. The air was so cold I could see my breath, and the shadows in the room seemed to pulse, like they were breathing with me. And then it spoke, a low, guttural whisper, right by my ear, "Stay with me." I ran. I didn't grab anything. I didn't even put on shoes. I just ran out into the hallway and didn't stop until I was outside, gasping in the freezing night air. I never went back for my stuff. I broke my lease, lost my security deposit, and spent the next 6 months couch surfing until I could afford somewhere else. It was worth every penny. I still dream about that apartment sometimes, about the girl, about the thing pretending to be her. Sometimes I wake up at 3:13 a.m., heart pounding, certain that if I listen closely enough, I'll hear a soft knocking at my door. 3 knocks, pause, 3 knocks again, but I never open it, not anymore, because I know now, some doors should never, ever be opened